We make thousands of decisions every day. Now, according to a lot of sources on the internet, this number is close to around 35,000 every single day. You probably cross the 1,000 decision mark within 1 hour. Now, if you're watching this video, you made a decision to keep watching it after the first 10 seconds. And then again, 10 seconds after that. Maybe you chose to ignore a notification on your smartphone. Maybe you chose to pick up the food that's on your plate in front of you and take a bite and chew it while you're watching this. So a lot of these are very small decisions, but they still have a compounding effect. Now, what's the significance here? Why do we care? Why do we care about all these decisions we make? Well, they shape your entire life. And if you are surprised by the fact that you make thousands of decisions every day, well, this is very worth contemplating. The fact that you are a little bit surprised at that means you are largely unconscious of a lot of these decisions. We all are. I don't consciously make 30,000 decisions in a day. A lot of those are running on autopilot. But it's valuable to take a step back and look at that programming that we're running on. Look at the software that runs that autopilot that makes all those decisions for us and decide if we want to change anything. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you do? What is the first decision that you make? There's a bunch of them. You either make a choice to stay in bed or get out of bed. You make a choice to grab your phone or to not grab your phone. You make a choice to hit snooze or to get up, turn off your alarm, and start your day. There's a lot of choices that you make right off the get-go that are going to influence your day. That's only in the first 10 seconds. I know a lot of people are on autopilot and grabbing their phone first thing when they wake up. And maybe you spend 10 minutes checking on your social media platforms. Well, I invite you to consider that this is a very poor way to start your day. It's robbing you of precious time and attention and getting you into this autopilot, unconscious operating system rather than going about your day in a conscious way. So that's the morning, right? But other decisions that are very important to contemplate is anything that is habitual. Like I said, take a look at the software that is driving your autopilot inside of you and see if you want to update it. So what kind of decisions do you make habitually simply because you're used to making them? Chances are a lot of these habits are quote unquote bad habits that don't serve any higher goals that you have, and in fact reinforce things that you don't like about your life. An example of this is maybe you feel pretty chronically fatigued day to day. You have relatively low energy levels, but instead of turning off all your screens at least an hour before bed to optimize your sleep, what are you doing when your head hits the pillow and you pull that sheet over you? Maybe you go on your social media platforms again and scroll on your feed before you go to bed. That's a decision you make. You make a decision to keep scrolling as well. I know it feels like you just kind of get sucked in there sometimes and you don't have a choice. 10 minutes go by and you're like, whoa, what just happened? But you're always making a choice. Every time you go like this, you're choosing to do that. So start to analyze these habits. Start to read the code for your autopilot and rewrite it if it's not serving you. You make so many decisions a day. Some keep you stagnant, some help you expand, and some just downright pull you down. You obviously want to be making more of the decisions that help you to expand and to grow as a person rather than the ones that keep you stagnant and pull you down. Now I want to talk about two very helpful things that are going to help you pick out the coding that you don't like, pick out the poor habitual decisions that you make that you want to change, and then I'm going to talk about something that can actually help you change them. So firstly, the way you're going to pick out the decisions that you don't like, well, you're going to self-reflect, right? You have to think about what a day in your life looks like and think about the decisions that you make habitually that don't serve you in the long run. I already mentioned that. That's pretty straightforward. But you're obviously going to be overlooking a lot of those decisions that fit that criteria. If you make roughly 35,000 decisions in a day, or let's even say 10,000 in case that number is really inflated, there's going to be lots of those decisions that you're overlooking that are not conducive to your growth as a person that you want to change. So if you commit yourself to this self-reflection and you consciously choose to do it regularly and ask yourself, what decisions am I making that are holding me back? From time to time, you ask yourself this reflection question, you're going to see more and more. And what is going to help you to expand your awareness so that each time you ask yourself this question, let's say you do this exercise once a week. You could even do it once a day, but let's say you only do it once a week. You check in to see, what habitual decisions do I make that hold me back? If you have a meditation practice, your awareness is going to be expanded. You are going to be able to see, oh, that little thing that I do every day, that actually doesn't make me feel really good. That puts me in a bad mood, and then that affects my productivity. Oh, when I gossip about other people, it doesn't actually feel good. It's just a distraction. It actually makes me feel bad. When I feel judgment towards others, that's just a little self-deceptive way to try and make myself feel better about me. But that judgment doesn't actually achieve that. And I just do it to fill the shadow of a low self-esteem. So you can see where more awareness is going to empower you to see what things you are doing do not serve you. Because what meditation is fundamentally is it's building your awareness muscle of the workings of your own mind. So you're going to bring the unconscious into the conscious. You're going to be a lot more conscious of the effects of your actions. And I use that word action very lightly, right? Like even just mental activity is an action when you think about effects that it has on you going forward throughout your day, throughout your life. So that's one very powerful thing that you can do, is have a daily meditation practice to help you see where your decisions are affecting you and what decisions are affecting you. You might be making a lot of decisions that you think are harmful, that you're just simply blind to their effects right now. And the more you strengthen your awareness muscle through meditation, the more you're going to see that each and every one of your decisions does actually have effects. If you don't know much about meditation, be sure to check out my video, How to Meditate for Beginners. I'll put the link right over here and in the description below, as well as my video on the benefits of meditation. I just explained to you the direct benefit that it's going to have for you in this context, but there's many benefits of meditation. So, to help motivate you to have a daily meditation practice, you can check out this video right here. And I'll link that in the description below as well. So that's how you're going to become more aware of the decisions that are harmful for you. The second thing I wanted to talk about is how you can actually go about shifting those decisions. Because habits can be hard to break. Just because you're aware of the fact that something is a bad habit per se, especially in this context, there's going to be a lot of very subtle bad habits. To shift them, we can start to practice the inverse of those things. So if you have a bad habit of passing a lot of judgment towards people, try to do your best to see the good in people. Make that a little exercise that you do. And this is going to work for a lot of the little subtle bad habits that you have. Try to think about the inverse, as long as it is something that you find to be conducive for your growth, and try to practice that instead. So like I said, that example of you have a bad habit of judgment, practice seeing the good in people. Not in a naive way, but in a more conscious way. Now, as far as shifting some of the bigger decisions that you make every day, choosing not to exercise versus choosing to exercise, choosing to eat healthy versus choosing to eat unhealthy, choosing to read a book and learn on something that you're trying to develop a skill in, or choosing to watch TV. For decisions like these that pull a lot of weights, that have a lot of impact on the results that you're going to see in your life, I want to refer you to the video that I made called The 5 Biggest Lessons I Learned from Atomic Habits. I'll link that right over here. And I also want to point you towards the video, 1 Simple Trick to Be More Consistent with Your Good Habits. I'll link that right over here. And that video, I'll just tell you right now, is about using a habit tracking calendar. I have a copy that you can download if you click the link below in my description. And this is a very, very effective tool for consistently staying on track with your good habits. Last resource I would like to point you towards is the best way to build discipline and leave bad habits behind. I'm not sure if I ran out of cards that I could put. That's what this whole thing is called. Linking a video in my video. It's called a card. I don't know if I've already surpassed 5. So if I haven't, it'll be there. But if I have, you can go find it in the description down below. I know I listed a bunch of other videos because they are going to provide you with a lot more in-depth value on building good habits. So I definitely recommend going to check those videos out. I hope this video helped, guys. I hope you are a lot more conscious now of the fact that you make a lot more decisions than you previously realized in one given day. And just because decisions are unconscious, it doesn't mean they have to be bad decisions. You can rewrite the coding that runs your autopilot for you to be making unconscious good decisions per se that you've designed. In that regard, they are conscious, but they're unconscious in that they become routine, they become habitual, and they're good. They yield you positive results in your life rather than poor ones. You just have to go ahead and rewrite the coding that runs your operating system. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.